Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make a bassline using Massive in Cubase. Now, Massive has been used quite a lot and it's a fantastic plugin. I love it. For only £400 you can buy the whole Native Instruments complete, and that's Absinthe, Massive, Contact, which is shockingly good, and the guitar rig and everything. It's worth the money. Years ago you wouldn't have been able to get anything like that for that sort of money. So I do recommend buying it, and plus the cracked versions of this are quite unstable, and if you buy it you won't get any crashing issues. So yeah, I'd recommend buying it for a start. Now if you want to learn this plugin a little bit more, then I would recommend you have a look at the Sub Focus tutorial on Computer Music Magazine. He goes into this in quite in depth and he's very good. He's a lot better than I am, so I'd recommend you looking at that. Anyway, here's a quick tutorial on how to use Massive. As you can see on the left hand side you have a series of oscillators, and you've got a modulator to control them, and you've got a series of inserts and effects. You've got noise and feedback, and you can insert whatever you want there, and a couple of effects down there. So what I'm going to do is show you how to make a bass line, and yeah, you can just click by loading a waveform, and there's lots and lots of waveforms to choose from. And to be honest, once you mix and blend, once you get used to mixing and blending all of them, they do sound very good, and they sound very different as well, so I highly recommend. I'm just loading a couple of different ones here. What I'm just going to do for this demonstration is, instead of using two filters, which you can do like here, I'm just going to use the one filter, and that's just to make my life a little bit easier. So what we've got this sort of sound here, and then add a little bit of sound there. And just changing it up a little bit. Just modulating this. Now let's move some of these waveforms down a little bit, because they're quite high and you can't get a bass line that high in the octave. So there we go, that's a little bit more like it. Bit of welly with a bit of feedback. Again, you can, this is just a simple guide on what you can do with this, and how I go about creating a simple little bass line in Massive. As you can see, a bit more drive there. Let's put a low pass filter on, and let's assign the LFO by clicking on the thing there and dragging it over to the, oh, there we go. Let's also do this sort of like stereo effect. Can you hear that? Now obviously you would probably create two of these, and two of these Massives, which I can go into in a second, because what I've done now is I've created a stereo, pseudo sort of stereo sound using this effect, which is sort of like phasing effect, to give it a little bit more movement. There we go, we got quite a lot of movement there now. With the LFO we can sync it if we wanted to. And as you can hear, if I press the note, it kind of fades off in the background, and that's because our envelope 4 is assigned to our amp modulation. And as you can see, it attacks quite quickly and then drags off. And you can hear that. And there we go, that's maintaining quite a lot of weight now. What we can also do is, instead of syncing, we can actually key track it. And this is quite good, and what this does is it oscillates the LFO further up the keyboard. So like so. Another cool thing is we can actually change the sound of these wavetables, so we can actually get quite a little bit of movement going on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign this macro controller to our wavetables here. And then I'm going to assign MIDI learn, and I'm going to assign the modulation wheel to the macro controller, and then just change this up various different values. You can alter this as much as you want really until you're happy with it. Let's just go into this EQ. You can cut this and everything, whatever you want to do. Okay, so let's see what it sounds like with our beat, and then what I can do is I can then tempo sync it. As you can see, it's quite slow. And there you go, that's how you can make a little bass line. Again, you can alter this so much more. Do anything you want with this. As you can see, you can actually really alter it. Now, as you can hear, that's not very bassy. Well, there is a little bit of bass, but it's not really driving the dance floor. And what you can do is you can put a sub bass underneath it, or what you can do is you can duplicate this, duplicate the massive, load it up, get rid of all of this guff, as I like to call it, because it is guff. Get rid of all the controllers, turn the other oscillators off, turn all that, and we've still got some. And what we can do is we can just load up a simple there's our sub bass, and if you look, they'll actually oscillate at exactly the same time. What I've got to do here is I've got to shelf off the low frequencies, otherwise you're just going to get clashing all over the place. So I'll just bring that, maybe not that high, but and there you go, you got your bass line. So and there you go. That's how you can make chav step instantly. And yeah, massive. I recommend it. If you want wobbly stuff, this is great. You can use the standard LFOs, or you can use your performers, which is really good. There's your performer there, and you can load in various different curves. So you can load in the curve like that, and then have that shaping out like so. And you can change how that works. It's quite clever, isn't it? So there you go. There you go. If you want any more massive tutorials or anything else, give us a shout on YouTube and I'll put more up. Alright, speak to you later. Bye.